All right. Go back here. For some reason, it comes up as the. Why does it keep doing that? Why it keeps doing that? Sales. Not giving me the thumbnail that I wanted to have here. Boom. There we go. Shocked thumbnail. That's how it goes. You gotta be shocked and everything. That's how YouTube is. You gotta be like, oh my goodness. I'm very cold. I don't know how many people are here or will be here, but anybody that is here, I appreciate you guys. I do want to put out a poll right away and not forget about it. Ooh. Woohoo. Did you hit the like button yet? Question mark. Ask my community. I will ask. Give me 1 second. Do I feel like, wait, do you think it's the beginning of OSA? 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 I don't know what that is. Asa? Yeah, I don't know what that is. Explain what that is. Make sure I have everything right. Um, we got 12 people here. Thank you guys for being here. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Hey, Matt, good morning from India. Well, thank you for watching. Good morning to you as well. Um, good morning, everybody else. The boom of crypto market. Uh, how do you call it in English? Um, bull run? I mean, I don't know the opposite of a bear market, so a bullish market. Um, do I think it's the beginning? I think we are sort of in the beginning stages, right? Seeing it go from a level of an $800 billion market cap, to where we are today and how we've gotten to this place, because we got all the way up to like a $1.3 trillion market cap, back down to a $1.15 trillion market cap. And, we're seeing a little bit of retracement from that level, which retracements are healthy. It was a little bit of aggressive. You would expect to see it maybe over time and see it, have some positive days, some negative days, but the negative days are stronger than the positive days in order to get down there. But the fact that we're making a little bit of a comeback, we're getting back up to a $1.2 trillion market cap, so a little bit more of an aggressive positive move, is definitely something that I'm happy with. Obviously, I would love to see it grow to a $1.52 trillion market cap, but I don't know if we're honestly there yet. I would imagine we probably get there. I thought we would have been there after 9 months of decreased inflation for the U.S. But then you also have the rest of the world as well that has to, you have to factor in their inflation rates and everything. So, um, yeah. Awesome green morning, and thanks for the breakdown of Jasmine. Yeah, no problem. I appreciate your question. I mean, it was definitely something that I kind of glanced over. I had a couple of messages and comments that asked me about that, like how is the overall lockup going to help? How would it benefit them as well as how would it benefit us as investors, or how can we benefit the most? And that was a great question. It coming from you, it made me think about it a little bit more rather than coming from just, some random person. So, um, yeah, I was able to answer that, and not only in the live stream, but also create a video about it that I feel like, does display the message really well and exactly what the project gets out of it, as well as what investors can get out of it, essentially. So I'm trying to invest in Luna right now. Is it a good time to invest, Matt? Um, is it a good time to invest? I think anything lower than where the middle stages or the even the highest point at this lower level has been, which the lower level for Terra Luna Classic was about a $3 billion market cap, up to a level of a point zero zero or a point zero 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 six was the level that was like the highest, right? Somewhere around there. So seeing it at a $3 or $4 billion market cap would be the highest point, and now looking at it lower than $1 billion, there's a lot of people that have invested at a lot higher than $1 billion market cap, and seeing this at a 600, I believe it's a $600 billion market cap. Sorry, my nose is suddenly starting to get stuffed. Maybe it's because I'm talking a lot. $670 million market cap for Terra Luna Classic. I mean, it just makes it makes it a better opportunity, a way better opportunity, because there's so much upside for the position. The only thing I would say is, as we look into the position right now, if we're saying if it would be a great position here, or a great time to invest, would be the fact that we are seeing it up 4% on the day. Seeing volume up 8% and seeing any type of positive movement is always tough to invest at those places. People will start to invest at those places because you're looking to create or add to the FOMO, add to the buying strength, and hopefully it does continue to run. But for me, I think the opposite. I'm always like, if it's green, then I'm just leaving it alone. If it's red, then that's when I'm usually buying into the position. So honestly, yesterday would have been, a good time to buy, a really, really good time to buy. Today is still a decent price to buy. It's not the best time to buy or what you would consider a good time, because just previously we saw this at a lower level. You saw this at 0.0001077. So um, just to give my honest opinion, like compared to yesterday, no, it's not um, a good time to buy. But overall, from the outlook of, understanding where the long term is, even where the short term will be, you understand that this would be a good time compared to those levels and where we believe that Terra Luna Classic is going to get to. So ultimately, yes, for the long term, but compared to what we've seen previously, I would probably say no then. I finally reached 100K in Jasmine, but the ship doesn't stop here. I don't disagree. Um, I think I would love to find a way to buy more, and I want to hold 500,000, but I want to buy in at either my cost basis or lower than my cost basis. And right now it doesn't look like it's going to make that move down to those levels, but if it does, I will be there. Either way, I'm still holding 206,000, and we'll go from there. Good morning, Matt. You're one of the best at explaining crypto. Thanks for sharing knowledge with us. Thank you for saying that. Hopefully, I'm saying your name right, Jonathan. Jonathan. Um, I appreciate that a lot because the kind words go a long way. I mean, it really does. I try my best to explain everything in detail. If I don't understand it, I will let you know that I don't understand it, or if I haven't researched it, I will let you know that I haven't researched it. But a lot of people will look at it from a perspective of you being a part of that crypto project. Most people will go, most people in this space will go, oh, it's all about utility and you growing with the project and all this other stuff. And yes, in the long run, it is about utility. We understand that creating utility for the crypto market and the crypto sector, the crypto space is essential to the growth of the crypto market. But when it comes to you as an investor, you want to understand how this is all going to benefit you and how you can make money out of the situation. And honestly, it's not about establishing that utility, um, for that long run and how you can make that short term income or short term revenue or gains. Um, but that is something that could um, add to the fire, right? Be fuel to the fire of this exploding, which would be the idea of creating a utility or long term solution to a problem. But honestly, I try and break it down from a perspective of an investor, from a person that's a trader as well, rather than just like someone that's trying to be a part of the project or grow with the project. Even though there still is that aspect to hold on to it long term, with like say Terra Luna Classic. I have 54 million. I know that I will not have 54 million by the time this reaches some of these higher prices and some of these higher levels of market caps. But what I will have is a portion, right? I may have 10 million. I may have 5 million left. And it's understandable to have that much because you're looking to take profit as an investor rather than just grow with the project for the whole entire thing. So I'm glad I bought more CRO yesterday. Yeah, CRO definitely made some moves yesterday. I think it's up like 11% today. In the last 24 hours, I think it's up quite a bit. Yeah, it's up 11% up to 7.2 or 7.3 cents. We're seeing volume up, 899%. This is what's crazy. It's like I talked about this volume, I talked about CRO, and how when we see a lot more volume go into CRO, we see a lot more of a movement. And the reason why we see a lot more of a movement is because so many people stake this position, so many people hold this position for such a long time because of the stakeability, right? The percentages that you're gaining within the APY, and it just creates so much more of a benefit as you see more volume that's flowing through it, whether it's hundreds of thousands or hundreds of millions or billions of dollars that flows through it. But right now, you're seeing this at a $1.8 billion market cap. Again, 7.3 cents, a high of 7.5, almost 7.6 cents. And I can't wait to see this get back up to previous levels where it jumps up to a 15-cent price or a 20-cent price, which is not unheard of for crypto.com, for Kronos coin here, Kronos token here. We've seen this at a $22 billion market cap, and a $22 billion market cap would be, up in that 90-cent level. So getting up to, normal where it's like 30, 40 cents is where I thought like that's the normal range of where I expected this to hover. And then see it surpass that at a much higher rate or a much higher level. I can't wait for that to happen. And it's going to be all because of the volume. Look, up 900% in volume today. 900%. I don't know if I'll create a video on this, breaking this all down, but I want to put something on the NFA channel. So, just talking about this. And what's the reason behind this? Mainly because of, from what I've seen, this vote, if there's anything else that I'm not aware of, please let me know. But this vote on creating a burn mechanism. If you can burn down the supply, it creates so much more hype. People are so hype about deflationary positions, even though a lot of people will come and shoot down deflationary positions. Anything that burns, they're like, that's not a utility. I don't think anybody's trying to make burns a utility. What people are trying to do is understand you want to fight the inflation, the automatic inflation rate that you would have with a position, or make it completely deflationary, like BNB or like even Ethereum at this point. And as you see that coming, you know that there's so much more room to grow with something like CRO. And I didn't mean to rhyme there, but I did. But still, we have about a $2 billion market cap, and I believe that this can definitely grow back up to a level of 10, 12, 20 billion-dollar market cap. And when we get there, a lot of people will be very, very happy as we do get to those points because of how much you invested at these lower levels. And hopefully we can take advantage of how much we've gained, and also maybe burn off some coins and just be a part of that overall burn as well, to make it more deflationary for the next person. Because while I'm gaining, let's say, $80,000 or $100,000 or something, a few $1,000s can go into burning off the overall amount that's there. And that's just to kind of give back to other people that are being a part of the project, that are investing into the project. But that's something that I would do for myself and for the project, but I don't expect other people to do that as well. But either way, Kronos looks absolutely fantastic, up 11%, volume up 908%. So we'll see how this grows from here. Hey, my nose is completely stuffed. I don't know why. Good morning. Glad I bought. Oh, I read that. Um, I love the hard work, Matt. Keep rocking, and definitely you are my hero to my crypto motivation. By the in wait by the M from India, big fan of you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. All the kind words and just people watching in general. It means the world. Wherever you're from, I appreciate you guys. Watching me, and guys being a general term. I know there's also many genders that watch me, so I appreciate you guys for being here. Um, what do you think about Caspa? I've heard of so much positive, or so many positive things about Caspa. I did actually do like a little bit of a breakdown on where Caspa is, and where it can go. And honestly, it looks promising, especially with all the volume that I see go through it. Yesterday, it was actually on the trending list. And I don't know if it's still on the trending list today, but yesterday it was actually on the trending list. And you're seeing this up about 8% today. It's up to about 2.8 cents, which is a $514 million market cap. I'll tell you what, with all of the growth that it has had, it kind of pushes me back from it. Anytime I see major growth within a position, whether it's in the last day or the last 7 days or the last month, or the last 3 months, right? Seeing all of this different growth that you have seen here from a lower market cap of less than 100 million all the way up to a level where you see 700 or 500 million dollars in a market cap. It's definitely something where I'm like, am I a little bit late on the play? And honestly, that's the way that I think about it. Now, can you still see potential with it? Yes, I think there's a lot of volume that goes through it. I think there's a lot of popularity that we've seen with it already. But the point is that you're looking at a 5x return already in this short period of time of like 3 months, right? So seeing that 5x return for this position kind of throws me back, where I'm like, is it still on the downturn? And it looks like, as you look at the chart, creating lower highs, lower lows, makes me think that we're still seeing this kind of on the downturn. Even though we are seeing this with more and more volume, it's still pushing down, creating lower highs, lower lows, and then creating another lower high, which may create another lower low. So honestly, just looking at the chart, looking at the situation that it has to it, it makes me think that I have to step back, that I'm not going to invest into the position as of now. But people that did make money from the beginning, I bet you're very excited about the fact that you made 5x return. And if you sold anything, then that's great. If you didn't sell anything, then that's still fine. I would imagine people would find a way to take profit after maybe a 2 or 3x return out of it. If not, take all of it. But you see here that you have 63% of the supply that's out there, which is not horrible. You have the total supply that is introduced, but you do have some of the max supply that is there. So either way, it shows that it could have a decent size potential. But again, as an investor, I look at this, the same way I would look at any position. Even if it does have some potential, what has grown, what it has grown from, kind of scares me to make that move into the investment. If you're already in it, you may end up seeing positivity, and you continue to see positivity within it. Um, but if you're not in it, it may not be an opportunity for you. You might want to like dip your toe in the water, but as far as like going all in, I mean, I wouldn't risk going all in on a position that's up 5x or even 7x at the peak point here. So, yeah. I know there's a lot of people that are bullish on Caspa though. Um, can you go over when you got Jasmy cost average and what's the plan for the exit wise? So I have actually broke down my exit plan. I have a whole video breaking down my exit plan. Let me quickly go over here. Let me go to full screen real quick, and then we'll go over here because I have my golf channel up. Let me just bring up my main channel, and then I'll bring up my NFA channel. If you haven't seen my NFA channel, um, that's where I posted it. No, actually, no, I just posted that on my main channel. So you should see that video. Here we go. So if you see one of my latest videos here, exit plan $900 to 484K. I have my full exit plan there. When I decided to get my cost basis, it was at a lower point. It was at 49. I can't remember exactly where it is, but it was at like 0.00, like 49% of a penny. Let me go to my assets. Let's go to Jasmy coin. And you're going to see here that I got this at 0.0049. So 49% of a penny, all-time returns. You're seeing, 283 past days return, $73 within it. So currently I have about 200, sorry, 1,300, total if I'm rounding up. But yeah, I think where I got it was definitely a good point. I feel like it did go a little bit lower, went down to a low of like 0.0045 recently. But I didn't buy. I bought during the downturn of, seeing that larger spike because it went from a lower price, a way lower price, like 0.00 like 1 or 2 or something like that, and then spiked up to 0.00 like 5 ish, a little bit higher, and then started to fall down a little bit. Wanted to catch it as it was starting to come up. It did, ended up getting to 0.0, or no, I bought a little bit lower for my initial buy, and then I ended up buying a little bit higher for my second buy, I'm pretty sure. But either way, that's my average. I do have the full breakdown on my main channel if you guys want to go and check this out. I have a full exit plan, exactly where I stand with it. And that's why I'm not looking to get millions of dollars out of Jasmy coin. If it does happen, then it happens. But know that I'm going to have my plan to take profit as time goes on, right? So whether the last amount that I have in there will be worth millions of dollars or not, whatever I sell up to that point will be, $484,000 up to the highest point, which is like, I think $10 or so. Um, yeah. Whoa, Richie. Richie just threw a $50 super chat. Holy, I didn't even see it. Um, wow. How did I even miss that? It didn't come up on the top of the screen. And you sent, well, no, you've been a member for 10 months. I thought you sent 10 memberships, but that is phenomenal. First of all, $50 super chat. Thank you so much, Richie's Plain Talk, for sending that. It does mean a lot. It says the message was retracted, so hopefully. What's your new take on the Ziggy proposal? That's my super chat said. Okay. On the burn proposal, um, I hope that that's the same, or sorry, on the repeg proposal. Hopefully that's the same thing as the recent repeg proposal, or is there a brand new proposal that I'm not aware of? Is there something brand new here? I always get confused as to what is the Ziggy proposal. Um, if this, if you're talking about the signal proposal, or I get confused by people calling it I guess it's by who created it. But let me know, Richie, like what you're referring to here. If this is the Ziggy proposal, or if there's something else that was created that I'm not seeing. Ultra volume burn with a 0.2% tax. Is that voted down like crazy? Did you listen to the Happy Caddy Crypto interview with Redline Drifter USDC repeg proposal? I didn't listen to an interview with him. I haven't watched any of Happy Caddy Crypto stuff. I actually haven't been too um, into a lot of the information that's out there because I've been dealing with like potty training and stuff. Um, but I try to get into it as I have a little bit of time. I try and read into it or listen into something. But I honestly haven't watched or listened to anything that Happy Caddy Crypto has done, and I should because I haven't heard or seen a video from him since before he um went. I think he had surgery for like his back or something. Um, so yeah, I think before that, that's the only time that I listened to him. So what will be the color of my Lambo? Um, it's gonna be clear because I'm not gonna get one. No, Richie, if you let me know if this is it. If we're talking about um the repeg proposal, I mean, for me, and I don't know if this is defined as a Ziggy proposal, but if we're talking about that, understand that I think it's interesting. I think it's very very interesting to um, definitely bring the CEXs into all of this. Basically, saying that we need the CEXs to kind of agree. Right. First, we need the proposal to pass. Then we need to understand that the CEXs need to agree to get this done to have this repeg. And but the issue that I've had with it, right? It's not about what it is or what it stands for because it sounds like something that could obviously work. But the issue is um, around the CEXs, right? We've been trying for months, if not a year at this point, to get um, the CEXs to agree to something like a burn tax. And if we can't get the CEXs to agree to something like a burn tax, what makes you think we're going to get the CEXs to agree to this incremental repeg, um, proposal and everything that it stands for? That's the only issue that I really have is, we're trying to do this right now, and I'm still trying to reach out to CEXs, and I've only had 4 bites, and they have been really, really small bites. It's like trying to catch um, a shark and you're catching goldfish, and I mean small goldfish, like pet store goldfish. Like that's what you're getting out here. And no offense to the exchanges that have agreed to anything. It's just it's so difficult to see um it's so difficult to see if that they're going to do this, right? It's essential. It's probably the main part to where you're if you don't get them to agree or even have any type of communication with them unless they have connections that I don't have, which they probably do have some connections that I don't have, but I wouldn't think it's that much. I wouldn't think it's that many. So so hopefully things go well. I'm gonna stay on the positive side. I just want to make sure that if we're going to do this and we're going to actually try and get CEXs to implement something like that, we need to make sure that we, as investors, also reach out and make sure we hold them accountable here, even though they didn't really agree to anything yet. But we try and get them to agree to it and then hold them accountable. Does that make sense? I think that's the only issue that we deal with. It's not that it's a bad proposal. It seems like the best idea so far, hands down. Um, but the point is that we still have to, well, one of the best ideas, hands down. Um, I feel like the best idea would have been to just burn off the supply um, through standard transactions and have the CEXs help us with that. And by this point, we would have already burned off all of the supply, or not all the supply, but a lot of the supply. And we would have been to a state to where we can use some of the funds or mint some of Terra Luna Classic in order to um, repeg USTC, then reestablish the algorithm, and we would have been, back on track. That would have been the best bet without having to go all of these other routes to try and get this done. Um, but the second best opportunity at this point is what we're seeing here. So again, that's my opinion. Hopefully that answers some questions. Could you analyze Pepe and give me your thoughts on it? So I have broken this down on my NFA channel with that position. But right now, from what we've seen, and I don't know where it is right now, but what we've seen in the last couple of days, if we've seen some decreasing in the price. We've seen the market cap fall a little bit, right? Within these days, we can't even see what the market cap is here, but we've seen the price really hit some highs and lows. It only really has 1 month. See it hit some highs and lows and see how people have made a ton of money out of this play from where it was to where it stood at. And now it may be more on the downturn. Now I'm not 100% sure exactly how many people hold this, 44,000, almost 45,000. And what are the big wallets? You really don't have any big wallets, so it's not really looking like it's a rug pull or anything. But the point is that meme coins like this one may, and this is a true meme, but meme coins like this one may end up losing some of its fire, some of its flame. And, seeing $40 million flow into a position like this is great. But um, I honestly don't know why. And seeing $23.1 million flow through DEX volume, that's fantastic. If only you could see that much flow into Lunatics token and how much that would burn off in Terra Luna Classic and how much you would be able to receive in Terra Luna Classic. That would be phenomenal. Speaking of Lunatics token, you got about 4 days until the launch of the you said no? No what? No what, Richie? CX agreement is the key to this repeg. Just trying to figure out which proposal you mean. And maybe you're behind on the live stream. XRP under 50 cents is still an extremely good buy. What do you think? XRP under 50 cents is still an extremely good buy. Yeah, I don't think it's a bad buy. I think with all the potential that it does have, absolutely. Absolutely, XRP under 50 cents is a good buy. I think where I bought it, it was like 30 cents. But yeah, XRP has a lot of potential to run crazy amount higher. You could have bought it for a little bit lower yesterday, but yeah, XRP under 50 cents is still a decent buy. It's not the best buy possible, but it is a decent buy. You're still seeing billions of dollars that go through this on a weekly basis, a monthly basis. $24.5 billion in volume, or $24.5 billion of a market cap. And, I think this has so much more potential to grow. Is it worth swapping out my, I don't even know how to say that. Saitio? Saitio? Saito bag? I mean, is it worth it for swapping out for Jasmine? I don't know what that other position is, but I know what Jasmine's value is. I never really like swapping out a position, like swapping out all your investment into another position, because a lot of times when I make an investment, I live with that decision. Now, if it's something where I feel like everything has been drained, yes, that's something where I will take everything out and I will make my decision after the fact on what I'm going to put it in, if I'm going to put it in anything. But most times I won't just swap things directly, unless I have um, a gain. So it's not even swapping all of it. So what I did with Ren recently is I had about 1,600 or something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I had a lot of money. I made like $600 from the overall position. So I took that $600 profit and threw it into Jasmy coin, 600 plus dollars profit, and threw it into Jasmy coin. And the reason why I did that was because I saw the profit that I had and I wanted to take that profit and maybe turn it into even larger profit. It wasn't about the overall position and not believing in it because I still have a lot of Ren still. Um, but I also wanted to buy another position. But what I won't do is take a full position and completely swap it for another. That's just my strategy. Now, your strategy may be different. Do you find more value or do you see more value in Jasmy coin or do you see more value in this other position? It all depends on what you see within it. It's not going to be based on my opinion, but um, it should be based on solely based on yours. Um, so yeah, nothing newer, no minting, and it actually makes sense now. I was dead against it. Yes, the repeg, that is out now. Uh, they're already getting CEXs on board. So what CEXs have they had on board? Because I haven't heard of any CEXs. That would be amazing if you do have larger ones. Um, because again, the CEXs are the main um, driver to this overall proposal. You need to see the CEXs on board in order for this to even work. So, and in order for one CEX to do it, every CEX has to do it. So that's the problem. Um, but I want to remain positive, and I want to think that the entire community will have our back here. And the only thing is that if this does pass, it does make me think about what could have been if we would have seen CEXs flock to this burn tax. But I can't sit here and harp off of shoulda, coulda, wouldas. I use my daughter's name there. I do that all the time now. I can't sit here and harp off of it. Um, but yeah, I think this is a really good proposal. I think it's getting a lot of traction. It just has that one little weight on its back. Like, hey, can we get these CEXs on board? And I think the community will have the back of um, this to make sure it does come true. But um, we could have had so much more with the burn tax to not even get to this point. We would have already been here. We would have already been at a repeg state at this point if we would have implemented the tax on all CEXs right from the start. But that's just my opinion, and some other people's opinion as well. Understands that CEXs have been approached, but I'm unsure who was approached. So it's about being approached, but not uh, being on board. Or do we have some that are actually on board? I mean, I could probably check this, but I haven't heard of anything. I think they Sato is long term, whereas I make gains on Jasmine more near term. Um, I mean, you mean long term as in like multiple years? Because I think Jasmine coin, you may end up having a lot of gains, I guess, more near term if you're thinking about the lockup and how that will factor into it. Um, how you have a full year of seeing what Jasmine's going to do at a lower supply and then being able to make whatever you wanted to make throughout that process and selling off before you see a lot of those coins reintroduced. Um, yeah, I think that could be the case where you have Jasmine a little bit more near term, and I don't know what this Sato position is, um, but I'm sure you're right about it. Caspa is getting listed on Uphold on the 27th. That could create some volume. That's good. I understand CEXs have been. I read that. Hi Matt, what's your thoughts on BABB? BAB. So just looking at it from an investor perspective, I'm not going to go into like the main use case behind it and what it actually is. I mean, I probably could if I wanted to. But currently you're seeing this up about 8 or 9%, right? If you're rounding up. You saw this from a low level of 37.00037 to 0.00046. You see this at a $25.5 million market cap with 62 billion coins in circulation, which is 63% of the max supply. Total supply, you're looking at 65 billion. If you look at max supply, it's 100 billion that is there. I don't know how much of that supply is held by one wallet or, in a dead wallet or something like that. So you have 51% that's held by KuCoin. Why is that? Why is KuCoin holding 51%? Well, technically, they're holding 59%. Why is KuCoin holding 59, 60.7%? Why are they holding 60.7% here? That seems like it's excessive. So I don't know what's happening there, and I don't know what they're going to do with that. I mean, the unknown is what makes it interesting, and it's not something where KuCoin is going to, um, completely. And this is not a contract address. This is just a regular KuCoin address that holds 51%. That's very interesting. Like KuCoin Exchange, you're looking at 9%, but this makes it look like it's KuCoin, but in reality, it's a KuCoin wallet. And so they're holding $13.7 million worth of this position. That kind of is alarming. Um, Now, you would have to dig into what that is because it doesn't look like it's an exchange wallet. Um, but then again, I don't know, right? I haven't ever seen this where we see KuCoin hold 51% of an overall position, and have that out here for everyone to see. But again, you have to look into that. That's definitely something that's a little bit of alarming, or a little bit alarming with this position. But currently, you're seeing $1.2 million that flows through this in the last 24 hours, which means that's not crazy popular, but does have a little bit of popularity because you probably do have some markets: KuCoin, MEXC, Coin Tiger. Not as many as you would think or hope, especially at a $25 million market cap. Um, but again, there's no real worries on the circulating supply, no real worries on where the market cap is, not too many worries on the volume. Um, the only thing I would worry about again is probably the overall contract, and the holders and how much is going on there. I also want to look at the overview and understand all history behind it and see where this has come from. So 0.0029, all the way down to a low level 0.0000 27, so 4 zeros rather than 3 zeros, and now seeing this at a point of 3 zeros, 4-1. Market cap wise, we're seeing a lot higher of a market cap, so there definitely was a lot more dilution that happened within this period, and maybe even more dilution that happened. You probably didn't see any more dilution that happened after that, but you're looking at about 63% of the position, that is out there and could be continued to be diluted throughout this process. So it's all the way back from 2018, so it has been around for a while. You would expect to have more markets at that point, um, which means you probably don't have a lot of future growth, right? Because you don't have more markets. This was created in 2018 and it's 2023. You would expect way more markets, not only KuCoin and MEXC. You would expect, Binance or um, Coinbase or something, but you're not seeing that. So it's looking like the growth is kind of stagnant, right? So I don't know. That's my opinion of BABB. Um, there's a few things to worry about, right? Lack of markets for how long it's been out, and 59 or 60% of the supply over in KuCoin in multiple wallets. So just to give you concerns and maybe some positivity as well, right? I try and give everybody the concerns so that they can expect the worst, but understand that it only gets better from there, right? So if you know the worst and you are prepared for the worst, then whatever happens that is even a little bit better, obviously, is better for you. Um, Peter, Peter, thank you for gifting. You gifted 10 memberships. Going on today? We got Richie throwing out a $50 super chat. We got Peter that throws out 10 gifted memberships. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for doing what you do. I mean, it means the world. It really does. And thank you to 188 people that are here and all the people that hit the like button. I appreciate you guys as well. What about ACH, Matt? I'm a big fan of ACH. I already have ACH on my in Coinbase. I think I have like 10,000. Pretty sure. Go to my assets. I have like 10,000 here. I expect so much more growth out of ACH. Uh, Currently, it's up about 5% in the day. I'm up about $20. And I think this has so much more room to grow. We have seen this up in the range of like 10 cents ish. I don't know what the highest point was. We have seen this up at like 10 cents. I've seen, Anchor up at 20 cents. So I'm hoping for these two positions to make a decent sized move in the next bull run, but it's not a heavy amount that's invested into it. I think ACH, I did invest $1,000 into it. So to get to, it was like a little bit less, but let me see if it does have it updated or how much I invested into it overall. It says all-time returns are $127, but that's not true. Maybe it's for the year. It's for the performance for the year. Um, because it says I invested at 3 cents and my average price is higher than that. And it's probably because I transferred it. I transferred it from crypto.com. So I moved it from Coinbase to crypto.com back to Coinbase. And I guess something happened within there that I had miscommunication or something. But my average price should be somewhere around 10 cents. Um, so I'm down quite a bit on ACH, but I do think that this has a lot more potential to grow, especially with only 61% of the supply that's out there, 6.1 billion total coins. I see this at a much higher level. But Peter is the man. He is the man. If Coinbase leaves the US, will your crypto follow? Will my crypto follow? So if Coinbase leaves the US, um, I don't know how like what they would do if they so there's different methods of leaving the US, right? They could leave the US and not support a lot of projects. They can only support the major projects, and people will have to invest in the major projects that are there, whether it's Bitcoin or Ethereum, um, and whatever the SEC approves as being, not a security, which it seems like they just took the whole list of cryptocurrency and went everything's a security, like besides Bitcoin. Um, so yeah, I don't know. There's that level where they could just offer a very small amount, and most of Coinbase will have their users over in overseas, in other countries, and there could also be another method where they completely are removed from the US market entirely, and you don't have that money flowing through it, which I think would not be a great situation, because I don't think Coinbase is not well established for a global market right now, but I think they're trying to make that move. So, and I think they'll be successful, but um, no, it would suck. It would honestly suck, because I feel like Coinbase is the only one that I can honestly trust, that I've been invested in for a very, very long time. And I don't want to have them leave. I don't want to put my money into, wallets or, because it's not like crypto will be illegal, right? You'll still be able to move your crypto to MetaMask or to crypto.com. It's just you're going to be paying higher fees for those things, right? So, um, it does suck depending on what you're investing into and what you're trading. Do I think Coinbase will accelerate the XRP case? No, I don't think they. So I don't know. Coinbase has been in favor of what's going on with the whole Ripple case. Like I'm not saying like they're in favor of the case happening, but in favor of Ripple, right? Because obviously they care about cryptocurrency and the success, the overall thought that cryptocurrency can survive in the U.S. and should not be labeled as a security for a lot of them. Um, but it's definitely interesting to me because as you see the support that we've seen from various articles talking about how Coinbase supports, Ripple stance and everything, they don't support XRP. That's something that always is like kind of mind-boggling, where it's like they they said they support him, right? They support what's going on. They support what they're fighting for. Um, but they're not supporting XRP as a way to buy it. They used to, but it's not listed on there. So I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know. Um, but I do think that um, the Ripple case is very very important to cryptocurrency because I think that kind of establishes a line, right? Whether they have to settle and have a generous settlement, or um, they end up or we end up seeing, I would imagine it's going to go Ripple's way. It's just going to cost a lot of money to go through all of these steps, all of these hoops. Um, but yeah, it's so difficult to take in that situation and be like, oh, this is gonna happen or this is gonna happen. I would love to see Ripple come out on top. I would love to see the SEC stop labeling cryptocurrency as securities and just live with cryptocurrency in the market as it is, and how it will be. But SEC freaking sucks. Now, personal question. What would you say would be a good figure for you to retire money wise? Honestly, retirement, um, for you to retire, and you wanted to live a comfortable life, it all depends on what your lifestyle is. But because if you have your house paid off, if you have your cars paid off, if you have everything paid off besides the things that you need, like internet, everybody wants Wi-Fi, everybody needs Wi-Fi to live a comfortable life and stay up to date with things. So when you had internet, you have your phone and all these things that may end up costing you, let's say, a maximum of $1,000. If you make $50,000 a year or $100,000 a year, you're fine. If you had $1 million into a standard index fund of gaining an average of 8 to 10%, you can gain $80,000 to $100,000 if you have that invested in there. So you honestly don't need a crazy amount in order to live off of the interest. You are going to have to pay taxes off of what you gain there, but you're not going to have a hell of a lot in order to live off of the interest. $1 million is a lot, but people would think you need multiple and multiple millions of dollars. But honestly, you don't, if you can play the market the right way. And yes, you'll have down years, but you'll also have multiple, up years. And the average you'll have is like 8 to 10% over like a 10-year time. Um, so honestly, if you live comfortably and you have a lot of things paid off, you can easily live off of that one million or even less, honestly. Um, but you still would have to be kind of conservative because it's like, what if you have multiple years where the market is down, like we have seen recently? So it's not something where people can gain the standard percentage that they would normally gain. Um, but it really all depends. And I know for me, I'm never looking to actually retire. I can't just sit here and do nothing. Like I can't. So doing this would be, the best case scenario. Being able to communicate with you guys, doing some live streams here and there, and being able to talk cryptocurrency and different investments would be freaking phenomenal to do. Um, for a lifetime. I don't feel like I would ever stop working. And then, the golf channel, I want to be able to do that, but I know I would only be able to do that for a certain period of time, because obviously you get old and you don't end up playing sports that frequently. So, but I would love to do this, and I would love to have someone pick up like the editing side eventually of a lot of things. And I was thinking of like, because I go out and record golf videos, if somebody can upload those golf videos, then a portion of that revenue would go towards them, because obviously they're doing the, some hard work there, and maybe, 10 to 20% of whatever that revenue is would go to them directly for, editing the videos and putting together different content. Depending on how viral it goes, you end up getting a certain percentage. So eventually, I want to have somebody that can record those things and edit those things, even on the NFA channel and the reaction channel. But right now, I'm not looking to hire anybody. Um, I would love to do that, but I'm not looking to do that. So that's a whole, we just went on a complete tangent. You have to make 1,300 a week with everything paid off to retire. You'd have to make 1,300 a week with everything paid off to retire. Why did you come to that number? That seems like it's excessive. You have to make 1,300 a week, everything paid off to. I don't know if you're saying like when you're retired, you're gonna have to pay 1,300 a week, or you're talking about getting to retirement. Depends on what type of lifestyle you want. Absolutely true. Thank you, Richie, for sending 10 more memberships. There's 20 people that are members here. For the last 10 minutes, I think we have a lot of members here. So let's go to members only. If you guys want to become a member, it is 99 cents to become a member, just to be able to have these members only live streams. I usually do it for a little bit longer, like I'll do it for 30 minutes, but today it was only like an hour live stream. And I also, again, am potty training Hayden all week just to let people know. And it went amazing yesterday. She had zero accidents, and she went to the bathroom like 5 times, 6 times. Um, Still no number twos. So that's definitely something we need to work on today. Make sure that she doesn't do it at nap time. I might have to keep her awake and not let her go to sleep so that we can work on number twos. I feel like today is the day because she didn't do any yesterday. But completely dry underwear all day. Um, she did a great job. She went to the bathroom one time, like she decided to go, and she was like, "Well," I kept asking her. I was like, "Do you need to go? Do you need to go? Do you need to go?" And then she'll go, "No," and then I'll see her cross her legs, and I'm like, "Hayden, do you need to go?" And then she'll go, "Yeah," and she went over and she sat on it, sat on the potty, and went herself. And I was like, "That's amazing." I feel like I'm successful here. But now comes the difficult part. We're transitioning from the little penguin potty today over to the big toilet. So this is going to be a little bit of a different transition. We're going to bring the penguin potty into the bathroom. She's going to sit on that a couple of times, and then we're going to go on the bigger one today. So hopefully um, she does do it. So this is going to be sort of a difficult day, the transition, right? It would be smart if all CEXs got together and sued the SEC together. I mean, they kind of have unlimited money. So I don't know. I don't know about that. It would be great if you had them all banding together and joining lawsuits, joining um, with that. Now, Ripple has a lot of money to put forth, and that's why they're probably the ones to do it. Uh, if if it was anyone to attack, or they should have attacked anybody else, but I feel like Ripple has billions of dollars that's flowing through it. So I don't think they're ever going to run out of money. That's always what the SEC is looking for. Is like, hey, if you feel like they're going to run out of money, if you feel like you're going to run out of money, just settle with a payment, or just settle with destroying your earn program or whatever. That's what Kraken had to do, right? Kraken ended up paying like $20 million in fines, and then they stopped their earn program. Um, so yeah, That's what they try and do, and that's what the law does in general. Like we're just a lot of big businesses will sue you, and you will have to, pay for lawyers and legal fees and all of this other stuff, and you would rather not do that. So they're just like, I'm just gonna discontinue my product, and it sucks that you have to go through something like that, but that's just how the legal system is. Oh yeah, Matt, congrats. Thank you. I have 99 problems, but being a member ain't one. Yeah, that's true. Thank you for being a member. Only 52 weeks in a year, so 1,300 a week would only be 67K a year. Remember, um, health insurance and taxes take a huge chunk of that. True. Not a huge chunk of it. Taxes would probably take a lot. If you're talking about afterwards, when you don't have a job and you have to pay for your own health insurance, um, I agree. It shows you united front. Symbolic, absolutely. Crypto, golf, potty training, Matt, the triple threat. Congrats. Getting them potty trained is a big step. It is. Harper, it took a long time, and Hayden, um, I hope is a lot quicker. And I think if I do it the right way, because with Harper, we didn't take any time off because I was still working a 9 to 5. So we were potty training her on the weekends and then sending her to daycare where they never sent her to the bathroom. But for Hayden, I told Erica, I was like, we're going to get her potty trained. And I'm going to make sure that, she doesn't have any accidents, that she wants to go, that she's used to going in the potty and everything like that. Um, and even if it takes 2 weeks, if it takes 3 weeks, we will have her out of daycare for that long. But we need to make sure that we get her completely potty trained, um, to where majority of the time she's going to the bathroom and she understands that she needs to go to the bathroom rather than peeing in her pants. And I don't know how that transition is going to be to daycare. Um, but if it is bad the first day, um, we'll take her out for another week. Like I'm not I'm not going to deal with what Harper had to do where it's like they never send her to the bathroom. They never ask her to go to the bathroom, and Harper has to like speak up and go, well, she would have to speak up. Now she's in school, so she does have to speak up whenever she has to go. But she would have to speak up then and go, hey, I need to go to the bathroom. When any kid that's wants to play, they're just going to continue to play, and they're not going to care that they pee in their pants. They're just going to continue to play, keep running around. That's what they want to do. So I don't know, but we'll figure it out. Have you seen Casper? I haven't seen Casper today. I've seen it recently. Um, do you think the market is going to see a new bottom? No, a new bottom up like the entire market, seeing like a less than an $800 billion market cap. I don't think so. No. AAVE made by for profit company, and the coin gives the owner governance rights, aka voting rights, like a stock. Interesting. I'm an old fart. The body training I had 60 years ago may come useful again. Yeah, yeah, I guess. All right, so um that's the market today. I feel like the market looks positive. It's great to see it. Sorry, I had this blanket on the whole time. I'm very cold. Um, but the market looks really, really good today. Up about 5%. Seeing Bitcoin up about 6%. Ethereum up about 5%. So it's great to see that. Um, it's great to see other things that are moving as well, whether it's BNB or whether it's CRO. Honestly, I'm really really hyped for CRO moving. Cardano being up 7%. Dogecoin, right? Polygon being up 7%. Solana being up 7%. So yeah, I'm excited to see things that are moving. I don't know what the biggest movers are today are, but you have RNDR, which is up 19% today. Phenomenal. Has a $783 million market cap. Interesting. INJ, I've seen that a couple of times. CRO again up, 10%. We just talked about this yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? CFX, that's up 12%. I think we just talked about this the other day, where I think it was down to like 28 or something. Yeah, something like that. And now it's up to 32, 32 cents. Phenomenal. Good movement. 67% up in volume. Was that because of me? Maybe. Maybe it is, maybe it ain't. All right, guys. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel. You can check out my Patreon if you guys want to, which is, we have multiple memberships. The most popular is the Profit Hands membership. We do have a couple of things that we put on here, whether it's, all exit plans, whether it's talking about top gainers, being the crypto market being down, or just overall conversations. You can message me directly over here. You can also get the Patreon, which if you go in here, or sorry, the Discord link, if you guys want to sign up for Discord, which I want everybody to sign back up for Discord that is still a part of the Patreon. I think we have like 24 members, which we do have bots that are in there as well. Not bots that are like scamming anybody, but bots that are putting out different posts, so notifications for YouTube and stuff like that. So it's not really 20 something people. And we would hope that we get more people. We do have moderators and we do have admins. So anyways, if you want to be a part of this over here, feel free to go ahead and check it out. Subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on any other platform, Instagram if you want. And thank you to all the people that sent anything, right? Richie, thank you for sending the super chat that you sent, as well as the members that you gifted. I appreciate that, and I'm sure they appreciate it as well. Also, Peter for sending the memberships as well, and anybody that has already been a member, anybody that's a moderator, I appreciate you guys. And also, one more thing is the people that are hitting the like button. Thank you so much for doing that. It does mean the world to me. But I'm going to get out of here, guys. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Oh, and also thank you to the people that are on Twitch. Never said that.